Hello, so Pillar Chase 2 just dropped the biggest update it's ever had, and I'm here to talk about mainly everything from balance changes to the new core gameplay loop. First off, they reduced the lobby size to 12 from 14, a change I don't really understand why they would do. The monster chance system is now an actual chance system in practice, though it's barely different. There's just a slight chance that someone gets picked over the person that has the highest amount of points in the lobby. The system kinda reeks, honestly. It feels like nothing has changed when they introduced this, and it was just more of a time waster. Double Trouble has now a slightly less chance to be picked, thank god. Double Trouble is just really not a fun mode to participate in. Last Man Standing has been changed quite significantly, introducing different events on Fazbear Frights, Camp Pinewood, Gobble Run, and Ward, while also making the timer more dynamic. If it's over 1 minute 30 seconds, it gets reduced to that, and if it's under 1 minute, it gets reduced to 1 minute. I really like this new system. A lot of new cosmetics, new maps, rebooks on Forest and Pillars, ancient recolors, sound sets, it's all pretty cool. The UI changed in this update again. They're pretty meh, honestly. They're not great. Going through menus takes a really long time, and it feels way less organized compared to the old UI. Changing your monster used to be a simple act, but now you have to go through 50,000 different prompts to select it. However, the in-round UI is pretty great. They need to switch up the coin counter to show the amount you can get in one match and probably make the HP pop out a little more. And now your stamina is under your crosshair, which is really great. I really love it a lot. It doesn't force me to look down to see the amount of stamina I have left anymore. Though I wish they'd add a setting for it to show your health at the crosshair too. Alright, now survivor abilities, the main stuff in this update. I've played with mainly all of them, though primarily Parry Stance and Energy Burst. I'll be ranking these all on a tier list. The starting ability, Taskmaster, is a fantastic ability to be given to new players. It's exactly what this game needed to make the new player experience better, S tier. Parry, A tier, honestly a really good ability. The reward and active frames are on high, though the risk is high too. The properties of parry make it a really good ability to use once you're out of stamina, giving you back extra stamina and knocking back the monster. If you fail your parry, you will take extra damage though. High risk, high reward. It's good, but what holds back this ability from S tier is that you can only parry M1 attacks. Invincible, B tier. Most of the time when this ability pops, it acts like a second chance at the cost of losing stamina, though it gives you the necessary amount of time to get out of that situation, which is why I think Invincible is a pretty good ability to have in your arsenal. Sometimes this ability can still fail you, mainly against monsters with grab attacks such as Nilo or EXE. That's what holds it back from an A tier. Sixth Sense, F tier. Have never seen anyone use this ability. It's heavily situational, maybe if you're against Aoni or Vita Mimic. By the time you proc this ability, you'll already be dead. It doesn't reward anything either unless you're on the bottom floor of a map. Just use Stefano, man. Clarity, S tier. Probably one of the best corner camping perks in the entire game that benefits you across any map in the game. If you have full stamina, you get full sight of the entire map. Simple but overpowered. Break Free, D tier. This gets like no value most of the time. It's alright to get out of situations of slow monsters like EXE or Inkfell, though if you're against an MX, Rosemary, or a fully infected Tinky, you can't really do much. Living Beacon, C tier. It doesn't benefit you, but it benefits your teammates. If it's P6 or Fogborn or any monster that goes really fast, this perk won't benefit anyone. So don't run this perk if you aren't against a Jeff or just a monster in general with no mobility. Double Down, I can't fully rank this yet because I haven't used it, though I've seen clips of it where it just doubles flashbangs and fully blinds a monster. This perk is RNG, so it can go from anywhere to F to S tier. Energy Burst, S tier, probably the second best perk in the game, and it's good in combos too. If you're making a build and have no idea what to use for your second perk, Energy Burst is just free mobility. A really annoying combination is Rewind and Energy Burst. Use Energy Burst to get away from a monster and Rewind to teleport back to the spot you originally were in. Cloaked, F tier. This ability is fucking useless. I'd consider it probably the second worst ability in the entire game. This perk can be really good in certain situations, but really horrible in others. It's kind of the same situation on parry, except a lot worse. Good against monsters with little indication like Inkfo or Niloticus, but really bad against monsters like Forest King or Aoni. Rewind, S tier, best brick in the game honestly, you probably saw this coming. Every 7 seconds, it resets your position, though you lose stamina when using it. Probably doesn't even matter anyway because you're going to be near maximum stamina when the killer finds you. This is the only ability I'd advocate to get a nerf. It's really unfair for most killers. Duplicate, A tier, this ability can body block and attack for you, that's the only reason it's an A tier. Can body block, X throws, grab attacks, etc. Pair this with cloak and it can be near the top of A tier. Super slider, B tier. I don't see a lot of people using this, mainly because of the stamina cost being 50. Most of the time, this ability is straight dog shit, but it's really great for juking monsters if you can spare the stamina. This ability has the most potential in the game. I'd recommend trying it out yourself too. And on the topic of sliding, I really like this feature. It's really fun to use in chases and has a last ditch burst of speed. Though most of the time, you're not going to be getting much out of it. Maybe I'm missing something though. Explode.
Can I go through the walls that I make? Or can I...
You can go through. No, you can't. Hey, Tunifi, where are you, man? Tunifi, where are you? I have a surprise for you. Huh? Tunifi, I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you. Yeah, F tier. Now, I'll be going over most of the balance changes, starting off with nerfs and buffs, and going over the most heavily changed monsters for last. To start off, P6 got another nerf.
Hey, this is editing CHEE here, and they disabled PCX like 2 days ago, and they hosted a poll, like I don't know what server I'm in, and like 60% of the people said they're glad PCX is gone. That just goes to show how many people go against, like hate going against PCX.
All they did is bring back a stamina return mechanic. M1s now cost 1 stamina to use and you can't run as instant, but the turn speed has been drastically reduced. I really don't care about PCX, he's not fun, he's boring and just like a worsely designed version of MX. He had very little end lag, combined with all his highly mobile abilities, making him practically unable to drop chases. Stamina cost and all of his abilities forced PCX to actually be good with his abilities to keep up a chase. Info was buffed. Devil Portals no longer destroys itself if no one is nearby when teleporting and will be much quieter when exiting. Devil's Rage hitbox is increased by 15%, Devil's Dive can now fly and turn. Info did not need a buff. He's stupidly oppressive and honestly an overpowered monster that needs to be nerfed, not buffed. Uncle Samsonite got a disgusting buff, his Uncle Raph stun time being increased from 1 second to 2.5 seconds. Dear God help us. This is a gigantic nerf that honestly Uncle Samsonite needed. Springtrap was reworked on how his sprint speed works, being 18 with his axe and 20 without the axe. Springtrap now also walks quite fast with his axe, but really slow without the axe. They also added a bar for how long Springtrap can stay without his axe. Honestly, Springtrap needs way more of a punishment for not having his axe on him. It feels more like an inconvenience than anything. Pinky / the Stricken received a putrid buff, getting his sprint speed turned up by about 4.8. Doing the math, his new speed was about 31.8, which was nerfed immediately into the ground by around 3 speed, turning him into 2.8.8, which, don't get me wrong, is still really good, and his debuff damage was increased too. I think he needed all these buffs. In general, he felt weak but fun, and now he's really good and really fun with his new stamina and damage buff. Alright, MX and Foreskin time. MX, I think he was probably the best representation of balance in Pillar Chase. If you are good at the game and aware of your surroundings, MX was a fair and balanced, challenging monster to face against. I honestly don't think MX is that stronger or weaker after his new balance changes, getting basically no stat adjustments. A counter to MX though is Sperry, a really huge counter since MX does have end lag. Oh boy, corners against him, oh boy. Forest King, I don't care much for his rework, though I always felt that Forest King in Pillar Chase was a mediocre representation of Forest King from the ROM hack at best, even the model being a scrap and non-canon design. though I'm quite happy to say that he's more dynamic and rather interesting monster to play. Though he undoubtedly needs a nerf. I'd consider him really overpowered currently. He used to have a slide thingy making Forest King play like he was on ice, but that was a shrugly remove, and in return, he got 100 stamina. Nice one, Blade. Buffing an already overbuffed character. Lurking Facade got a reasonable nerf, having a new cooldown of 19 seconds. Forest King also got 2 new abilities. Royal Entanglement. Using this will make Forest King burst roots out and entangle anyone near it. Contrary to the name, this does not actually stun, though if you stay near Forest King while this is activated and you have the effect on you, it will deal a flat 30 damage. The second newest ability is Glitched Barricade, replacing Glitching Blitz, an ability you can use to block off hallways or just the path of a survivor you're chasing. Because of the new startup of this attack, you can't just check this out, and the move needs a little bit of brain power to actually use, which I really like since now Timmy Trickleson won't just server wipe with every game he gets into. Next up, monster map selection. I don't like this system. I wish they would have kept the randomness of not knowing what map you're going to be on next. It encouraged variety, and now you'll only be seeing 3 to 4 maps, or maps that are only really good for the monster you're going up against. Basically, we'll be seeing a lot less diversity in the maps. Like, for once, I never played on Ward as a survivor. I only selected it as Uncle Sam's Day because I wanted to check the event. So now my general opinion on the update. Do I like it? Yeah, I do. I really do. Probably the best update we've received in a while. Though, honestly, I was really expecting abilities to change up the gameplay loop a lot more. Though honestly, I'm glad it didn't. The regular fundamental gameplay loop of Survivor Run Monster has been fun. It's a good update, yeah. And generally, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, Blade Ninja released a dog. I need to feed my